That's okay. Guys, new stuff, new stuff, new stuff. Okay, all right. Okay, so today we're learning about arithmetic sequences. All right, it's super easy idea. What's an arithmetic sequence? An arithmetic sequence is a sequence built by adding or subtracting a constant term. And that's super important, a constant term. So like I said, yesterday's lesson began, we had like 3 different scenarios. The first one was minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, minus 5. That was the difference between each term in the sequence. The next one was times by 2, times by 2, times by 2, times by 2. That was the difference between each term. And the third one that we looked at was like plus 2, plus 4, plus 6, plus 8. Of those 3 scenarios, which one do you think was the arithmetic sequence? The first one, because the constant term was minus 6, minus 6, minus 6. So now let's take a look at scenarios over here, right? Like this. Let's find the difference between each one of these guys. Okay, plus 6, plus 6, plus 6, plus 6. So there's a constant difference between each term. And so is it arithmetic, yes or no? Good. And if it is arithmetic, what's the constant difference? Good. So D equals 6. D stands for the common difference. Well, that was easy. I wish I had one of those Staples buttons right now. Let's try and do the other ones. Let me break out my blue marker. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm going to try and find the difference between all these guys. And what is this? Plus 4. Plus 8, plus 16, plus 32. Any way that you want to do it, there's no constant difference between them. It's growing, and this is not an arithmetic sequence. What? Sure, you could have also written times 2. It wouldn't have made a difference. It's just a matter of whether you recognize that it's not an arithmetic sequence. What about over here? Ooh, let's see. Minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, minus 4. Yes! I'm so excited. No, because it's exciting. There's a pattern. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you guys don't get as amped up about this as I do. And let's do this one over here. Sorry, I can't help myself. This is like plus 3, plus 5. You know what? I don't even need to go any further. I could just say no. And that's it. So that's the idea. That's what an arithmetic sequence is. It's got to have a constant difference between each term. Now, question number 5, I think, I'm not sure, but we're going to look at it. There's 2 ways to look at this problem. There's a complicated formula. Raise your hand if you want to see that. Raise your hand if, we'll show it to you. We're definitely going to show it, but raise your hand if that's the preferable way. Or raise your hand if you would rather draw a picture. Yeah, let's draw a picture. I like drawing. Sounds good to me. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. By drawing a picture, I mean there are 6 terms in this sequence. So I'm going to draw 6 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to label them up. A1, A2, A3. Whoops. This is going to be A4. This is going to be A5. And this is going to be A6. And that makes sense. And the last term of this sequence is 42, and the first one is 12. Okay. So it says we got to find 6 terms, right? The first 6 terms. We got to find the 4 in the middle that complete this sequence. And here's what you can do, right? They said it's arithmetic. So if it's arithmetic, then there must be some constant difference between each of the terms. And so we just have to figure out what that is. Right? Constant difference between each of the terms. Okay. So from this picture now, right, does anybody see a formula forming in their head for how you could figure out what D is? Dr. Diamond? What are you thinking, buddy? Yeah, you're the man. 12 plus something times 5 equals 42. One way that we could write that out mathematically is that 12 plus 5Ds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5Ds, equals 42. So here we go. So you could either try and attack the problem by drawing a picture and figuring out the formula from the picture, or you could remember this thing. It turns out the formula is the first term plus n minus 1 d equals whatever term you want. What do you think? Complicated? Which one do you like? Some people like the formula, some people like the picture. I'll tell you that the picture is the most useful of all of them. The formula has its uses. That has its like advantages in some situations, but the picture will always help you, and if you're unsure, it will always help you get some partial credit. Okay, so now let's figure out how much d is. Let's solve for d. Oh, I don't know. Minus 12, right? 5d is going to be equal to 30. D equals what? 6. So the other missing terms of this sequence must be 18, must be 24, must be 30, must be 36. And that's it. Okay. So arithmetic mean, this is the last part of our lesson. What is an arithmetic mean? It's a really fancy way of saying what's the number in between two terms of a sequence, right? If you have the first term and you, not a sequence, of an arithmetic sequence. If you have the first term of the arithmetic sequence and you have the third term, then the term in between, the second one, is the arithmetic mean of the two. You know what I'm saying? So now, let's do our last two problems and then we're going to be done. Form a sequence that has 3 arithmetic means between 7 and 27. You want some time trying to figure it out? Okay, I'll give you a minute or two, and then we'll talk. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, man. I'm amped up. Amped up. Love these problems. Okay, here's 7, and then what do we have? 3 arithmetic means in between, and then we have 27. Okay, all right. I know how to do this. I can do this, man. So it's arithmetic, so between each of the terms must be plus some common distance. I could do this. I could do this. All right. All right. Hold on. I mean, you could guess at it if you wanted to. I like making equations. 1, 2, 3, 4 Ds. That's 7 plus 4D equals 27. And so 4D has to be equal to 20. D's got to be equal to 5. Oh, 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. 22. And that's it. That's what I was looking for. And this is the sequence with 3 arithmetic means between 7 and 27. That's your answer. One last problem, and then we're out of this joint. 5 arithmetic means between 2 and 23. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 23 down over here, down over her. And then we're going to go, I'm going to draw my picture because that's how I like solving these problems. Right? It's arithmetic, so I got to be adding a constant distance to each number. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But good try. Remember the formula is a to the first number times n minus 1d equals a to the n. Now let's see. Let's see. So 7d. Ooh, I made a mistake. It's not 7d. My bad. 60. So 6d has got to be equal to 21. and D is going to be equal to 21 divided by 6. And some people in the other classes said, oh, I must be wrong. What is 21 divided by 6? 3.5. That's okay. You can get numbers like that. It's all right. The world's not going to end. So let's fill out our sequence now. I think this is 9. I think this is 12 and a half. I also think that this is going to be 16. This is going to be 19.5 and 23, and that's it. That's how we roll. That's all we're going to do today. Lizzie, how easy is this? Absurdly easy, right?